So it's been 41 hours that Alberto ate from my breasts. Imagine that I breastfed him for 2 years. 2 years! In the meanwhile, I'm making my coffee because I'm really, really sleepy. It's super hot in Italy now. It's like 37. I was breastfeeding him whenever he wanted to. So I didn't do this every 3 hours thing. I breastfed him when he was asking for it. That meant that, especially at the very beginning, he was always on the boob. It's a whole journey. It's a whole journey. There's a disclaimer here that this is my story and Alberto's story is like what happened with us. Watch how beautiful our cookie jar is. I found this while we were moving. It's a beautiful piece. Ooh. Okay, so I started to realize when Alberto was 1 year old that he started to open up to the world and started to be a little bit more far from me. So at 11 months old he started to walk, so I thought, okay, soon it's time to at least reduce it because it was really hard for me to breastfeed at that point because it was, that he because of breastfeeding, kids doesn't sleep, especially the ones that are eating whenever they want. It's really they wake up so many times during the night to eat, so it's much more harder. And I started also to feel during the day that it's like I'm so tired of this. At that age, after like 1 year, they start to like move a lot while they are breastfeeding, or maybe like chewing the nipples and playing with the nipple. For me, Alberto was kind of understanding that not chewing, like I always stopped and I said, no, you can't do that. But the nipple thing, like while he's eating from one boob, the other one, he was doing this and he never stopped that, and it drove me crazy. And that's the reason why I'm stopping now the breastfeeding, because it's like I can't deal with this anymore because it's just so tiring for me and it's just so hurtful. If I'm breastfeeding him for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, it like both of my boobs are working at the same time for that long. Oh no, it came out. So I started to feel like this like half a year ago. I think in November, December, I already started the whole process of reducing during the day, like less and less. And then by the time it was, I think, January, February, he was having just, during the day, he was having just before he had his nap. So he had one breastfeeding before he went to sleep, and then when he woke up, I gave him some yogurt because that kind of like he started to be like in love with yogurt. Okay, anyway, so and then and so I was kind of fine with this for a while, with this change, and then it came the time when I was not fine with this, so I took out also the daily one, like the last daily one, and then I was fine with that for a while as well. And then I realized, okay, our nights are not improving, so I have to take out the night ones, because I feel like that is the hardest for me, because when we go to bed, I'm still awake, so I'm like fine. But when I wake up during the night, like, you're tired and someone is sucking you, plus doing this with your other side of your boob, it's like, no, I can't do this anymore. So I took that out. I was giving him water first. The couple of first nights, I remember he didn't want that neither. But then he totally realized like, okay, I'm super thirsty and mama's boob is not producing that much liquid in that short of time as my water bottle. So and it was just probably way better to drink water than my milk. And because of course by this time he was like, you know, he was eating like really well, like around the first year he was eating really great, and the boob was absolutely something which was a calming effect. But I know that around the year one, the 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 nutrients in the milk starts to be again really really good, and it looked like mine is still really really good, so that feels a little bit bad. But I feel like at this point it's better for both of us to stop the breastfeeding. I should have told you how I do this, but this is like a celebrational drink. There's nothing to celebrate yet. Okay. Just making half because I already drink them. Super sexy. One is really fresh. Like it was like this for in the last 2 months, I think, that when we go to bed he gets boob. That's been like this since he's alive. When he wake up during the first time, because when I reduced all this eating, our sleeping time became better, so he just woke up twice during the night, once or twice, and which was like, oh my god, it was like I slept 5 hours continuously. It was so good. I can't explain how good was it. So I started to when the first time he woke up around 1, 2, I gave him water. He drank it. He continued sleeping. Great. The next time he wakes up around 3, 4, 5, he gets the boob, and so he goes back to sleep again. Because if I didn't give him, he just started to cry and he didn't go back to sleep. So eventually I gave him the boob, and then when he woke up, he didn't get the boob, or sometimes he got it. I was wrong there, I think, because it's important with this that you are doing the same. You're persistent, that you are continuously doing the same thing, so you're not confusing him. And I think this was my mistake, that I was confusing him. So whenever I was just fed up, like, no, now I don't. We woke up like this morning. I don't want to give you the boob. He got really really upset. Or during the night at 4 he woke up and I didn't want to give him a boob. He really got upset. So like you have to be really consistent about this thing. So as I told you in my previous videos, I try to find the strength to go through all of it, to take out everything. And so now it's been 41 hours. That means that 2 nights ago, so today is Tuesday, on Sunday night I gave him the last boob. so weird. So I told him, this is the last one, utolsó, and he knows this word because we are using this like in a lot of other like in playing and feeding, and you know, so he knows this word. And I told him like, when you wake up, you can get the milk, you can hug me, you can touch the boob, but you can't eat from it. And in the morning you're not gonna get any. But I'm gonna be here with you when you wake up. And so, well, this is what happened. He got his last boob, and I was not emotional. I thought I'm going to be. At the first 3 minutes I was watching him and I was like, oh, he became so big, and you know, like I remember when he was a baby, he was so small, and you know, so all the emotions came. But and then around the 3rd minute I started to remember and realize, okay, this is why I want to stop this, because it's just so annoying. It's really annoying, and it's really, I feel like that our relationship is improving as well, because I have more patience, because he's not sucking and moving, and you know. So this is what happened. The first time he woke up, he get water, he was fine. But then at 4 he woke up, and then I told him no, and he was not having it. He was super upset. So I tried to, walk around in the house, sing for him. Basically nothing worked. It's the only thing that works here is that you are staying with them, and you stay really calm, and you wait until they get tired. I think that's the only thing you can do and that is usually because their cycle is 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, he fell asleep. And that's it. And then when he woke up in the morning, I told him cacao, that he likes, the cocoa drink. So he was like, cacao. So we came out and I gave him that, and that was it. The second night, it was yesterday, I was really anxious. We tried to do a lot of things all this weekend and also yesterday, so he becomes really, really tired. But it's really hard with him because he's really got a lot of energy. But yesterday night, I was really anxious because this was the first time that he fell asleep during the night without the boob, and I was like, he's gonna cry for an hour and I have to fight with him and I don't have a lot of energy by the end of the day, so I was really scared. But it went, quite great, I think. My only idea was to put on the television and watch a really calm movie, and wait until he gets really sleepy. Technique was that he was on me. So, because when I took out the lunch breastfeeding, I was doing the same. That I put some movie on. He was on me, and then it became such a reflex that now that when he eats his lunch, he stops. He just jumps on me on the couch, falls asleep, and I put him into the bed. So it works really well. So I was thinking the same during the night, that I don't have other idea, like nothing else is gonna work. He's gonna be really upset if I give him to his father, because he will want me, but when he's with me he wants the boob. So it's like, that's not gonna work. We can't do our night routine because he knows by the end of that routine comes the boob, so I can't do that neither. So this was the only thing that I could do. For an hour he didn't fall asleep, or more than an hour. So he made his bath, he ate, washed the teeth, but we didn't do the singing and the going inside, etc. So he was upset a little bit, but he did not for the boob. It's just like in general, because I think he was really, really tired. And then in the end he fell asleep at 10:30, which was really late for his usual time. That was the only good choice that I could make. So in the end he fell asleep at 10:30. He woke up once, he's the first wake up, but it was because he fell asleep so late. The first wake up was at 4. He gets some water, he fell asleep back immediately, and then the second wake up was morning already. It was 6 o'clock, so I thought, okay, we're not gonna go there and then try to make him fall asleep. It's insane. So we just woke up, cacao, yes, cacao, and we were out. So the second day was great. I'm trying to spend a lot of time with him and focus on him and play with him a lot, so he doesn't feel like, weird, or I don't love him anymore. I don't know, whatever classic mom thinking. So yeah, so this is where we are, and I will continue tomorrow how the third night went. Every mom is saying this takes 3 nights to cut off the boobs, and then they get used to it. I don't know about that. We'll see about that.
Oh, baby love!
Hey, I'm just checking in. We are sitting on the toilet. Well, I'm sitting. Well, not like I'm just actually sitting on I'm actually sitting on it. I'm not doing anything. So I just wanted to check in. Yesterday he maybe later. Let me give you a little bit of update. Okay, maybe not from this angle. Yesterday night went really well. He fed to sleep half an hour before, so around 10, without any problem, without crying or anything. He was just laying on me. We were watching a movie and fell asleep in half an hour. It was not movie, like tale that we usually watch, and it was perfect. And during the night he woke up once. He's playing with the money. He woke up once, I gave him water, and then he fell back to sleep. The second time he woke up, he wanted the boobs, and then, but I told him no, but he didn't get upset. He was just, he was like, and then he just jumped on me, hugged me, and then continued to sleep. So it went really, really well. And then he woke up at 6, like yesterday, and now he said cacao. So like, okay, like he was asking for the cacao. We came out and we drank. So it went really, really well, and I was really happy about it. That it's going really, really smoothly until this point. That a couple of hours ago he started to have fever, and we don't know why. So we don't know if he's sick or if teeth is coming or it's because of the heat, but it is happening. We gave him medicine, so now he's way better, but he was a little bit fussy. In the first 2 hours, I was not even sure he got fever because he was feeling so great. And then I was like, no, he definitely has fever. So yeah, so we gave him the medicine, and then we'll see. He slept 8 minutes, and then now he's awake. So I don't know when he's gonna fall asleep tonight. We'll see. So the third night went well. Even if he had fever, he how was it? He had fever, and around 8, 9, we gave him. No, at 7:30, we gave him. No, I told you that. Wait, okay. Sorry. Yes. So in the end, he went to bed at 10:30, like the first night. And then he was sleeping until 4. So he didn't wake up at 1 as usual, around 1, 2. But we did, because there was a huge storm, so we were closing up everything. And he had fever. I felt it, that he has fever, but I didn't want to wake him up. So, but at 4 he woke up, and then I gave him the medicine. And sorry, this is in my face. I gave him medicine, and then he went back to sleep. He was again on me. He fell asleep, and then I put him down, and he was sleeping until 8, which is kind of a big deal for him. And when he woke up, he was in a great mood. He didn't have fever. Now he has fever again, but not as strong. I think 37.5. So it is a little bit better. Hopefully it's gonna go away today. He did kind of try to put his hand inside my shirt, and when I took it out, he wasn't getting any fussy, which is great, because before that he wasn't like that. He was always trying to find a boob, and if I didn't give it to him, he was really fussy about it, and now he was not. So I think it kind of worked. And it was true that it takes 3 days. I mean, for him it was basically one day, and that's it. Like not even one night. Like the very first night, the first time I said no. That was the only time that he was upset and cried for half an hour, and that was it. And I really hope it's gonna stay like this, but it looks like. Now that we are at the end, I want to like say a couple of things that like what are my thoughts about this, and how my experience can help you, because I'm not, I don't have the Saint Grail about anything, like about sleeping or taking away the breast, or feeding or whatever. It's just I'm telling you my experience, our experience, how it happened. And I think because this is how I think works, this thing that like motherhood, that you're collecting information from a lot of mothers, and then you're trying to find out yours, what works for you and for your family and for your baby. Because everyone is different, every baby is different. So that's the only Saint Grail that I can give you. So yeah, that's why I'm sharing this story. And so for us, the things that didn't work is, for example, the pacifier. Some tractors are coming by that Ahmed is missing now because he's sleeping. So the pacifier he never really liked. He was just trying out like everything else, every other object. Like now, sometimes he found one and then he's like chewing on it for 2 minutes, sometimes even 20, and then it's gone, and then he doesn't need it. I tried in the beginning when I started to take out the boob to give him the pacifier, but he didn't want it during the night, and so that never worked for us. But what did work is the body contact that I believed in since the beginning, and that still looks like that's the only thing that actually works for him, and that works also for me. And it's nice to make him fall asleep like that, we are just laying and he's on me. That because that doesn't give, it's not a lot of energy, because when he was like 4 months old, we always had to like go around the house, which was really, really tiring. Alberto does still sleep with us. So that is another thing that I forgot to mention, I think, in the video, that is really important, that he is sleeping with us. So when he wakes up or half awake, he sees us, he feels us, and then he can just go back to sleep. That he's not alone. I was without any tools, any, like I don't, as I mentioned, I didn't have the pacifier. He didn't wanted milk before he went, like actual milk, cow milk or rice milk or any kind of milk before going to bed, instead of my boobs. So like there was nothing that was similar to this experience for him. So I was feeling a little bit without any tools. When I decided to stop breastfeeding, or starts to stop breastfeeding, was in November, so like more than half a year ago. I started with taking out like daily feedings, but then he started to be sick because it was winter, so winter time they're always sick. So I thought like that was the only thing, the boob was the only thing that made him feel good. Yeah, we were always we were making 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. I think February I was able to take out all the daily feedings except for one, and then but I said this in the beginning of the video, I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself. So when I started to take out the boobs, I started to sing when he was sleeping, like when I was making him fall asleep. So I thought like, this can connect in his brain, like the singing, this melody, while he's falling asleep. So that became a night song. It was the same song that we used when he was a newborn. I don't know if that worked for or not. There are kids that is working for them, and there are kids that no. There are kids that they like to read books before going to bed. Alberto doesn't like that so far. I want to change that from because now he's falling asleep when the TV is on, and then I want to go to books for obviously reasons, and I want to go to our bed instead of the sofa. So it's been 3 days. This is the 4th day, and now there's my right boob is not producing milk anymore, but the left one is still. And so I think that when that stops is gonna be the moment that I'm gonna be sad. I think. I don't know. I don't know. So far I'm really happy because I feel way more energetic. I see that my skin is clearing up. I already started to lose weight, so I think it was really started to be bad for me. And I also see that our relationship with Alberto is getting better as well. Not like that it was bad before, but I feel that it is better now, and I think it's gonna be also better for him after he starts not to be sick anymore, poveretto. But I'm really assuring him and helping him in this transition, and I'm taking extra care to his needs and what he wants, and to play with him more and connect with him more. Okay, that is it. I don't want to over talk because I think the vlog is already really, really long. A couple of you already asked me to make a Q&A video, so I'm gonna do that. So if you have any questions that I didn't talk about because I forgot it, then please write me in the comment section, or you can write in Instagram as well. And I think next week or in the next couple of days I'm gonna make a video, maybe here on the balcony if this screen is not too dark. Okay, so thank you for watching, and take care, mamas, and all moms should be visible. I'm gonna learn this and say it a little bit better. Moms should be visible. Ciao.